Hello guys, it is Shark21. We are back into Alan Wake. When we left off, I believe we had just gotten to the gas station, if I'm not mistaken. And we had the cops come pick us up, but more importantly, our wife Alice is missing. Because things. And God, that was an old TV. Holy shit. Alright, so let's go have a talk, or... Ooh, wait a minute. What are you doing?
The lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
Yeah, but if you...
Mr. Wake?
Hi.
The sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Okay, well...
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
I suppose. I mean, there are some small towns that are just boring and dull. I mean, really, there are. They exist. What do we have here?
Yeah, it's Mulligan here.
Hey, Mulligan!
I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton.
I was just there.
No sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the parade float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Okay, so really the rookie thinks the only good news they can salvage is that the parade float is still here. Okay. I guess we're on this one. Alice sees a shadow.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
I didn't see her do that. Damn it, Alice, and your secretive laughing voice. I know! I'm looking! Do you have a problem with that, Miss Humdy Ho? No, I was not calling her a hoe. I was just trying to make a nickname. Ooh, hello. Have you seen this man disappeared on June 20th, 2007, identifying features, knack for winning contests. So, commerce? I guess. Wait, hold on. Missing Richard Bow, Bruce Dansky, and Jacob Miller on a camping trip. Overdue. Haven't been in contact. If you have seen them or know their whereabouts, please call 555-9932. Thank you. I'm pretty sure that's one of those numbers you can call, like in real life, and actually have some weird thing happen. Ambulance. Alright, well, let's talk to the sheriff.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on
Creepy.
the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Thanks.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me.
Ryzen.
I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
This guy wants to make out with Ellen.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly.
What?
He started shouting like that the moment he woke up. You can get to the back lot.
I know!
And down the corridor, Mr. Wake.
Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
There you
Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen, you gotta listen carefully.
I'm listening.
Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was?
Sure.
I'll tell you who it really was.
Well, tell me.
It was a goddamn space alien!
Oh.
I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
I wasn't drunk then. Oh. I just... Oh. The dark presence in the diner.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Oh, great. Good job. No, you shut up, drunkie.
The early morning light
Drunkard.
hit my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, "Go through the fence on the left."
No. Yeah. Well, hold on. I gotta look at the radio before the drunk guy does. Turn the radio on.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
I concur. I mean, for God's sakes, this is Deerfest.
He told me to find a hole
I know.
behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Oh wait, here we go. Kick it! Guess somehow the sheriff didn't hear that. Hello? Do we have Wake at Lover's
The
Peak?
kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Where's my wife?
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Where? Oh. Well, let me get around to that fucking front seat then, shall I? Mine.
Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Alright. Alright, well. Let's get the fuck out of here. Can't go in there. Hold on, how do I run again? Guess it's not gonna let me. Alright. Hey, buddy, you okay? Whoa!
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Okay. So, more clues there as to what may actually be going on. Weird shit, regardless.
I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little wedding. They are not accountable for their actions. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Tor and Odin. Awesome names.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Ooh!
Oh my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
Kind of weird.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I kind of would have figured the same.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Bad? Not bad.
Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later.
So you still wear your full outfit even out of work? Stop looking at her ass, Barry.
Who's Max?
I don't know.
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
No, it's a little creepy. Let's go to the Colombian mammoth. Mammoths Columbi? The specimen, established to be 14,000 years old, was recovered from the La Brea tar pits in 1981 and was donated to the Elderwood National Park in 1998 when the Colombian mammoth became Washington State's fossil. Named Bucktooth Charlie, it has since become the park's official mascot. Ah, wow, that's neat. Big ass mammoth. I kind of wish those things were still around. They just look cool. I almost wish dinosaurs in general were still around, but we've all seen Jurassic Park. It's probably for the best that they're dead. Alright, nothing else. What
you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy? and his body just disappeared?
Yeah, I got rid of the evidence.
Are you high? Have you been drinking?
Shh! No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.